Spicy, Pisces, spicy, Pisces. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the spicy Pisces. Pisces, y'all been asking me for this reading for a long time. Because I know it's been a long time. And I was taking a break, got COVID, recovered, had to catch up. Now I'm like, let me just start fresh in September, okay? So I'm back now, and a couple quick announcements before we dive into your reading. These readings are now going to be tarot plus human design advice for the types at the end. If you do not know your human design type, click the link in the description box down below to get your type and start learning what it is to be your type. I have videos on all the types, so you can YouTube my name, put in your type, and something will come up for your type specifically, all right? I'm also doing a lot of new things on my Patreon, a lot of extended content, a lot of new services with human design readings, early access content. I'm also going to be doing some extended readings based off of YouTube. Whichever videos do the best for the month, I will give you guys an extended read on my Patreon. So make sure you watch that. Make sure you go run it up so you can get an extended reading on Patreon. All right. So that's all the announcements I have, Pisces. Let's tap in to see what's going on. We will have the Pisces full moon. I don't have the exact date for that, but that is going to be during September. Full moons are always opposite of the sun. So you may be feeling that energy when it comes up, or be feeling more intuitive, emotional, psychic gifts coming in during that time for you. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and see what's the message for Pisces for today. This isn't over. New direction is needed. So this is the blunt truth that is coming towards Pisces. Something is not over. Something is not finished. You may have thought you escaped it. You may have thought that it was done, but something isn't over. Okay, if you recently ended something, Mercury retrograde may be showing you that it's not over. Let's see if we can clarify what isn't over for Pisces here. You have not the one. Reminder that you are always on the right path. Another sad love story. Okay, so, even if somebody is not physically back in your space, something about them is still lingering around you. And I know we hate to hear, oh my God, the past. But if you don't close out cycles with people properly, they will come back to haunt you, whether mentally, emotionally, physically. All right. So there's something that this isn't over. Something that you did not learn from a past person is still going to be showing up in the ways that you live your life, or the ways that you are affected, the way that you interact with other people. New people that come in, there will be something that reminds you of the past. And so it could be from a romantic situation that did not work out, or somebody was not the one. Or even though they're not the one, there may still be some unfinished business there. But that doesn't mean that you're going backwards, okay? So even if you feel like, oh my gosh, why am I sad about this? Why am I still thinking about this past person? Why am I still stuck in these past cycles? The past is a reflection of the future. So you're always on the right path. You're still on the right path. The retrograde energy is really just showing you where you need a new direction for the future path that you are on. Okay, Pisces? So let's look more into this energy. Let's look more into what isn't over. This isn't over. Can you tell us about this isn't over, please? For Pisces, you have proposal, an offer. Maybe an offer that you feel like you missed, or you turned it down in the past. It may come back around for you. Tell us more for Pisces. What isn't over for Pisces? We have letters and name. We have guilt. A-S-H-L or N. What? Manifest. Anything else for what isn't over for Pisces at this time? What isn't over? And then we'll look at where the new direction is needed for you. All right. So a lot of emotional ties I feel like you have with something or somebody. And you're going to start seeing it showing up in your dreams. All right. Could be with a particular person. Could be some guilt that you've been carrying Could also be guilt somebody else is carrying if you're not guilty, or envy. Envy that you are carrying, or envy that somebody else is carrying towards you. And you will see that person showing up in your dreams, all right? And you may be frustrated about that. You may be like, why is this person here? Why am I seeing reminders of them? Why am I seeing reminders of this past situation? I thought this was finished. All right, but clearly it's not. Clearly it's not, or they still have some attachment to you. All right. It may be time to kind of up your protection a bit more, especially if you know somebody doesn't like you, or you know somebody has an issue with you. It may be good to up your spiritual protection, do more of a routine where you like cleanse yourself more often. You do grounding, you do meditation, you do like saging or incense, stuff like that. Or, physical protection, alarm systems, legal firearms, things like that. All right. But that's just something to consider if you feel unsafe to some extent about something. All right. And then you have car. So maybe something with a car may come up where you have some more work to do on a car, or something that you thought your car was fixed, but maybe there's still more showing up with that car here. Okay, so what else do we have for new direction needed for Pisces? How should Pisces take a new direction at this time? You have friendships, you have air sign, could be with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Tell us more for where does Pisces need to take a new direction? All right, so you have ask for help. You may not be the type to really ask for help. Maybe you insinuate that you want help, but you don't actually ask for help. So people don't know how to help you. All right. So let's see. What else for Pisces at this time with their direction? Let's get. All right. So many of you are being redirected to learning to lean more on your own intuition. All right. Pisces is literally one of the most intuitive zodiac signs out of all of them. However, because Pisces is a water sign and it is an intuitive sign, the water signs all have this issue. I have this issue where our personal feelings about a situation, our personal perceptions about a situation does distort our intuition, okay? Our feelings do not equal the facts. Intuition is about fact. It is not about what is right. It is not about what is wrong necessarily from an opinionated standpoint. It is about truth, all right? And our feelings are not always truth-based. Our feelings are about our own personal experiences, our own personal perceptions. And therefore, for some of you, the way that you are internalizing a past situation, or you're internalizing an ending or something that did not work out, is asking you to kind of have a new change of mindset, okay? It wasn't that your intuition was broken or anything like that. Pretty much quite the opposite. Your intuition has always been guiding you. It's just a matter of, if you try to change the story, you try to make it into something you want it to be, instead of focusing on the truth, or your feelings feel processing it more personalized, like maybe it was more about you and might not have been about you, might have been about the other person. I feel like then you'll be able to start to actually move forward and actually try to see, okay, it's not that my intuition isn't working. It's just that maybe I wasn't focusing fully on the facts. I was focusing on what I wanted things to be, right? So it's coming back around. Some of you just need to practice discernment better, and you need that with your ancestor altar. You need a more sacred place to ground yourself first, or to pray, or to hear intuitive messages. Some of you just don't have that. You don't have that ability to just cut off the emotion and hear. So you need to like practice that more. Okay. You have healer, but in order to heal others, you have to heal yourself. And then you have ask for help. I want to clarify ask for help. Like, what do you need help with, or what should you be asking for help with? For Pisces, what should Pisces be asking for help in regards to anyway? What does Pisces need to be asking for help? Confession. This car this car came out again. Did you key somebody's car? Did somebody key your car? Inner child trauma. Okay. Some of you are just really, and this comes up a lot in Pisces readings, where it's like you are really seeing, you have forgiveness. Some of you are in the process of trying to forgive yourself or another person. But some of you really do see how your childhood or your trauma really does a number on your relationships. Whether intentionally or not, I don't feel like it was intentional. But you have the truth will come out. You have inner child trauma. You have confession, change, and you have new love. All right. So through many kind of failed relationships or talking stages or friendships, you're kind of starting to see a pattern here. And for some of you, you are wondering if it is you. You're like, am I the problem? And for some of you, you do need some help in understanding where you need to change. You do need some help. Somebody is likely to reach out to you that you discarded or that you sabotaged with or you no longer speak to. And that may be an opportunity for closure or for you to really understand where things went wrong, but only if you decide to take accountability for your part. And where, if you've seen a pattern in multiple relationships going awry, then yeah, there is something that needs to adjust on your end. Okay? We always have something we need to adjust within ourselves, but oftentimes we don't want to see it, or we don't have people that will tell us about ourselves. Okay? So if you reach out to somebody, therapist, friends, whoever, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to work on? And then they tell you, try not to get defensive, okay? So if you're a Pisces placement and you do tend to get defensive when people are trying to tell you what you're doing wrong or like what you could work on, those are good people, because we need people that'll tell us about ourselves and tell us, hey, you're not completely right in this situation. All right? So that's not people we need in our lives. But overall, Pisces, you do have a past situation reflecting what you need to change for yourself, within yourself, for your future relationships. You have marriage or life partnerships and inner child trauma coming to the surface. Something from your past really coming back up here, whether this is like in past relationships or past from your childhood. And you are like, wow, connecting the dots. You're connecting the dots as to why you may think the way you do, act the way you do, can't trust your intuition, can't trust others, you get defensive, you get paranoid, whatever it is, it's coming towards you now so that you can actually heal it. It's not coming towards you to just be mean and be cruel. It's coming towards you so you can actually free yourself from it instead of running from it. Okay? And so you can see where you're on the right path. It's not that you weren't meant to meet certain people or, you're just making all bad decisions all the time. You're still on the right path, but some of you just haven't fully grasped your role in breaking some of the cycles here. But you are about to, all right? You're about to connect some dots, Pisces. Now, let's see what the advice is for the human design types. Generators, projectors, manifestors, reflectors. All right, let's see. What is the advice for Pisces placements? Pisces human design types. Let's get the advice here for you. Oh, wait. What is the advice? 9 of Wands. Oh, yeah, that 5 of Cups was trying to Five of Cups. I don't know if it was in reverse, but it came out again. Yeah, that meant to come out too. The Five of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles came out together, and I put it back. It came out again. What else for Pisces at this time? I have the High Priestess. That is Pisces. Two of Pentacles reverse. Every card I'm putting back because it's just flipping out crazy. It keeps coming back out. What's the advice for Pisces at this time? The Moon card. That's you again. Seven of Swords. King of Cups. All right. So, yeah, your emotions are really not the problem. It's just being able to sort through those emotions to actually understand what the truth is and to hear your own intuition. Sometimes it takes a little bit more grounding to be able to hear, and also a bit more honesty in order to know what is real, what is not real, and focusing more on the facts of a situation versus just what we want it to be. So, now for, let's see. Hold on, bear with me. I'm trying to think. So we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. So I'm going to start with projectors. So if you're projector type, you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. You have the Nine of Wands upright. I feel like many of you have a mistrust for relationships right now because of not taking a lack of reciprocity more seriously in your relationships. Okay? And there's disappointment here. There's this feeling of disappointment or rejection, or like always just feeling on guard or waiting for the other shoe to drop here. But I feel like it really starts with how you enter into your relationships from jump. And intuitively, if you feel like something is not right for you, you're not feeling like people really are paying attention to you, you're feeling like you're doing most of the talking, that is your cue to then leave, projectors, okay? That is not your cue to stay and try to make somebody like you more or talk more or do more. That's your sign to step away. So for many of you, you are observing and you're seeing through losing someone or through losing multiple people where there's a pattern from the beginning of there wasn't really full reciprocation, or there was some type of imbalance. And you may have ignored your intuition about it, or you may have been trying to deceive yourself about that as well. So being more honest with yourself about where you have the Three of Swords that just popped out, where you kind of betray yourself. Three of Swords can be about self-betrayal. You ignore your intuition and you betray yourself. Okay? And then it's easy to blame other people, obviously, because other people can do stuff to us. But it's taking it a step back. Look at where you were misunderstanding something and where you need to hold yourself accountable as well. So that's for you, projectors. It's all about how you're entering into these relationships and making sure they're reciprocated from the beginning. Not just like, oh, you're always initiating, you're always talking to these people, you're always reaching out, you're always texting. No. All right. Now for you generators and manifesting generators here, there's sadness or there's guilt for either you not showing up fully in the relationships like you know you could have showed up, or you feel like you were the only one fighting for the relationship. Now, that also comes down to whether you were even fully excited about the relationship in the first place. Generator Pisces. So if you weren't fully like excited about the relationship, but you are constantly trying to fight for it, and prove yourself here, then obviously you will end up feeling frustrated and you'll end up feeling disappointed because if the relationship was not making you fully happy. Now, if the relationship was making you happy, and you kind of let your fears talk you out of it, you let your mind talk you out of it, that may be some trauma that was coming up that you need to really work through, or learning how to listen to your intuition more instead of your fears. Okay, it just depends on the side of the spectrum you fall on for generators. But for some of you, you are feeling bad, you're feeling guilty, like you messed up, or like you're like, why do these situations keep on falling apart? And it is because either you were not really that excited about it, or what was I gonna say? Or you were excited and you kind of let yourself self-sabotage by your fears taking over. Now, if you are a manifester here, you feel guilty or you feel disappointed for initiation or for speaking up or for trying to move the connection forward, and you were rejected or somebody was repelled by you, for many of you. Or you went into a relationship where you were playing it small, you were people pleasing, you weren't really speaking up, and you were angry. And so some of you may have actually lashed out, or you were angry, or you like expressed that anger, and that's what the person focused on instead of like the problem. They focused on your reaction. And so many of you are taking it very personally because you're like, oh, I was angry, I lashed out. But at the same time, don't take all the credit, because sometimes people will push us to that place where we do lash out. And then they're like, oh, well, you yelled at me, so I don't want to hear anything else. So don't feel too bad. But it does come back to you if you were not being honest about your needs. You weren't being vocal. You weren't taking the lead. You weren't being your free, powerful self. You were trying to play it small, and then you end up getting angry, and ultimately could be sabotaging it. But still, all these lessons are showing to all the different types that none of these were entered into correctly, or none of these were necessarily meant to be, but it's showing you why it wasn't. It wasn't just about the other person, and it wasn't just about you. But because you are only in control of yourself, you're the only one who can adjust for the next relationship. And so same goes to reflectors. Now feeling this disappointment or feeling ignored or feeling like things just don't work out with people. It could be that you are not in the right place. You're not in the right environment for people to be able to give you that acknowledgement, or you kind of stick around through disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, in hopes that somebody will finally change, or hopes that somebody will finally give you that feeling of fulfillment. And it doesn't come. Honestly, it doesn't take that many times for somebody to disappoint you for you to actually step out of the relationship. It's kind of showing you, Pisces, all you Pisces placements, how to leave situations quicker, how to learn not to be changing for people, self-sacrificing for people, and continuing to end up in this situation where it's like, I keep ending up here, and why? It's an act of self-betrayal somehow. And that is why the past is going to continue to follow you if you continue to self-betray yourself in relationships for these people. You continue to ignore your intuition. You continue to end up 5 of Cups, disappointed, hurt every time, wondering why is the past still showing up. You don't even have to always answer to the past, but showing you through these people that are not the one. Keep trying to make them the one, and a new direction is needed with that. You cannot make anybody be what you want them to be. Either they are initially, or they're not, or they try to do it on their own. Okay, so overall, Pisces, very heavily based in past, teaching you something about the future. It's just a mirror. It's not something to get stuck in the past. It's something to teach you, okay, this is what you need to do differently now, so that you don't keep having the same issue. But until you know that there's an issue, then you will not be able to solve a problem, right? So that's what we have for you, Pisces. That's the message. If this video resonates for you, let me know down in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this channel can thrive. Subscribe to the Patreon. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.